Coming up on After the Whistle, the late season push continues into boys and girls hoops.
Plus, highlights from the District 6 Wrestling Championships in Altoona from this past weekend.
And Penn State Wrestling celebrated Senior Day. All that and more coming up on After the Whistle. Hello and welcome back into After the Whistle. I'm Sharanda Hammond.
And I'm Austin Groff. March is less than 1 week away, which means we are near playoff basketball season. We have highlights from hoops as well as a recap from a big championship wrestling season in Altoona. But first, let's travel to Bald Eagle Area High School to watch the 6-seeded Penns Manor Comets take on the 3-seeded St. Joseph's Wolfpack in the PIAA District 6 quarterfinal. St. Joseph's went 16-6 in the regular season, and here they are warming up before the game. The Wolfpack came out strong to start as Charlie Yartz hits the fadeaway off the inbounds pass, extending the lead to 6, looking like Dirk Nowitzki on that one. Penns Manor trying to narrow the deficit. Mark Bagley drives down the court, gets the pull-up jumper from the elbow. That was beautiful technique there. Penns Manor is within 2. St. Joseph's inbounding the ball up to Spencer Gigante with the easy lay-in, and the Wolfpack retains momentum to end the first quarter. St. Joe's with the ball looking inside, stolen by Bagley, attempting to go all the way, but a ginormous block from Gigante puts it away. And they take it right back as Michael Lauer is in the corner, hits the corner 3. He will go on a 7-0 run by himself. This game will be over early as St. Joseph's will take this one 73-45 over Penns Manor. The Wolfpack advanced to the semifinals in the PIAA District 6 tournament to face the Harmony Area High School Owls.
Number 9, Bishop McCourt traveled out to West Branch to take on the 8th-ranked Warriors in girls basketball District 6 AA first round. West Branch is getting warmed up and ready for the first round of the District 6 AA playoffs. The Lady Crushers win the tip, and El Berkabile finds Bria Bear for the opening basket. Bishop McCourt leads early 2-0. Bishop McCourt's Cami Bepler knocks down a 3 to put an exclamation mark on Bishop McCourt's dominant start. Later, Lady Warrior Katrina Cowder gets the offensive rebound and puts it back up for West Branch first basket. Bishop McCourt still with the lead, 12-2. Berkabile gets a steal for the Lady Crushers and finds Gianna Gallucci, who makes the layup. Bepler continues to shoot well and hits a long two-pointer. Bishop McCourt extends the lead to 18-4. Cowder gets the ball for the Lady Warriors, but West Branch still trails. Bepler is still on fire as she hits another 3. The Lady Crushers' lead continues to grow. The Crushers find Emma Pruse, finds Bepler, who gets the layup. Lady Crushers would lead 38-2 at the half. Bishop McCourt would go on to win the game 46-27. The Lady Crushers will travel to Bellwood Antis to take on the number 1 seeded Blue Devils in round 2 of the District 6 AA playoffs. After being crowned the Mid-Penn Commonwealth Conference champions with their win against Trinity, the State College Little Lions look to make their push for a banner. Our John Drager has more.
Only 1 year removed from a 9-15 record, the State College Little Lions have their sights set on district playoffs as Mid-Penn Commonwealth Conference regular season champions. The team turned the table and went 20-2 in the regular season, leading to a number 1 seed in the playoff bracket. A big reason comes from returning production.
We were essentially able to run back a group for the second time. We only had 1 senior last year, so we brought 8 to 9 guys that played meaningful varsity minutes last year.
One of those players leading the charge is Penn State signee Braden Shrewsbury, who's been a versatile player for the Little Lions on both sides of the ball. He and junior guard Isaac Dye stepped up and provided valuable minutes.
Well, I mean, Braden and Isaac have been great, but Ryan Perks has really been a leader. Lake Black has multiple years of experience that has shown up this year. Kevin McKenna has been a defensive stalwart for us. I mean, Jack Morris, Finn Furmanak, Jameer Uri, Dylan Davis, all of our returning seniors have been leaders in their own way.
State College feels a championship on the tips of their fingers, but one mistake and the ball could drop. That's okay. The Little Lions know that, but they also know that they only get 1 shot at raising a banner.
We're just going to play our game. We're going to try to focus in, lock in before the game, but we really just focus on playing and doing what we know we can do.
Now, the Little Lions look to roar in the District 6 playoffs. In State College, I'm John Drager for After the Whistle.
The Little Lions traveled to Mount Aloysius on Friday to take on the Altoona Mountain Lions at 7:30 p.m. for the District 6 championship.
Let's go to the Bryce Jordan Center to see the 21-5 Buckeyes take on the 13-12 Lady Lions. Penn State here, warming up off a 2-game losing streak. Getting a little support from James Franklin, football coach there, and Pat Crowd in the crowd. 2 minutes in the game, McKenna Marisa finds Shay Chesky behind the arc for a 3. Knocks it in. Penn State grabs their first lead up 5-3. Ohio State in the middle of a 14-3 run. Cody McMahon gets a cookie out of the cookie jar with this steal and goes coast to coast for 2. Gets the N1 opportunity, but misses the free throw. Ohio State up 19-7. Lady Lions looking for a swing and momentum. Marisa gets the steal, finds Chesky down the court. One more hockey pass to Allie Brigham. Puts up a shot, will get her own miss. Puts it in for 2, cuts the deficit to 6 points, but the Penn State Lady Lions would not get any closer. Deep into the third quarter, Taylor Theory finds Ricky Harris in the corner. Open 3, bottom. Capping off a Buckeyes 13-3 run to make their lead 20 points. Ohio State holds on to the lead 67-55 despite an enormous 18-point fourth quarter effort from Marisa. Penn State is currently 13-4 with 2 more games left on the season. Our very own reporter McKenna Wall was at the game. How are they able to come back down the stretch?
Well, thanks, Austin. The Lady Lions played intense defense, but their shots just were not falling. Penn State picked up the energy too late in this game and could not avoid the stretch of the third quarter. Let's take a look. It was a physical contest in the Bryce Jordan Center between Penn State and Ohio State. Leilani Kapanis took a hard fall early in the game, but was able to bounce back and get into the action with an aggressive defense. Kapanis achieved a double-double with 10 points and 11 rebounds.
Blaze consistent every day with toughness. We all know she's going to bring it. We expect it. We know she's going to bring it, and so those numbers won't surprise me. She's a dog, and I should have had her back more today and have done the same. So.
Ohio State star freshman Cody McMahon led the Buckeyes with 17 points and 11 rebounds, and redshirt junior Ricky Harris trailed just behind her, shooting 4 for 9 from beyond the arc.
Well, first of all, we got to share the basketball more. We cannot have a negative assist to turnover ratio. They turned the ball over 22 times, but they also had 22 assists, so it balanced it out. I mean, we only turned it over 16, but we only had 9 assists. And then obviously our shooting percentages. We can't have, especially on your home floor, them to be able to, have a almost 15% higher shooting percentage.
McKenna Marisa was able to go on a run for the Lady Lions, shooting 7 for 10 from the field in the fourth quarter. It was a strong start and a strong finish for the Lady Lions, but the Buckeyes remained consistent, and that's what led them to victory.
I think at the end, I had to attack downhill. My shot's not falling, and I had to get it downhill to start. So, and I always have in mind that we can come back. That's always my mindset. But like I said, I need to do more in the first 3 quarters. So.
The Lady Lions are now on a 4-game losing streak after dropping 85-62 versus Illinois on February 19th. They will travel to Purdue to take on the Boilermakers tonight at 7 p.m. Reporting in studio, I'm McKenna Wall. Now back to Sharanda and Austin at the desk.
Thanks, McKenna. Coming up, Penn State Wrestling looks to continue its hot streak on Senior Day.
Plus, a big district championship weekend in Altoona. All that and more coming up on after the break.
For now, here are some scores from around District 6.
Welcome back to After the Whistle, brought to you by Com Radio, the Center County Report, and Penn State's chapter of Awesome.
Following last week's wrestling dry period, action resumed this past weekend featuring both the District 6 double and AAA tournament championships in Altoona. So with that, here is the action from the field house at Altoona High School. Here they are getting ready for the match. We'll start with Bald Eagles Cohen Bainey, who finishes off a big win in the 127-pound class, giving Bald Eagle the Class 2A title. On the flip side, Central Mountain would win the District 6 Class 3A championship. Other highlights from the night include Mifflin County's Lucas Sheets adding on to a big lead to close out his match in the 139-pound class to aid in their second-place campaign. And State High finishing right behind them in third place, including freshman Mason Sanderson's win in a tight battle in the 107 class. To recap the final results, Bald Eagle dominated en route to become District 6 Class 2A tournament champions, trailed by Huntington at 158. On the other side, in Class 3A, Central Mountain took the close race between them and Mifflin County. Wrestlers around the district will now set to compete in the individual tournaments.
Following a 44-3 victory over Maryland, number 1 Penn State hosted the 11-5 Clarion Golden Eagles on Sunday in Rec Hall. We take you to Rec Hall, where it was not only Thon weekend in State College, but also senior night for the Nittany Lions. Heading into the second match of the duel, it's Roman Bravo Young who violently takes down Mason Prinkley to take a commanding 16-4 lead, gets the pin onto the mat to win the match and extend the blue and white's lead to 9. Heading over to the 141 weight class, Bo Bartlett throws down Seth Colono to win the match 12-4, the third straight win to start the duel. Coming out of intermission, Alex Fasundo notches 2 points to his name to extend the lead 16-9. In the 174 weight class, Carter Starochi rolls over John Worthing for the takedown. Starochi would later win by tech and fall to put the duel out of reach for the Golden Eagles. Penn State takes down Clarion 40-6 in the final regular season duel to finish with a perfect 16-0 record on the year. The Nittany Lions' next duel will come in session of the Big Ten Championship Tournament on March 4th. To recap all of the senior day action, let's send it over to Jacob Snare.
The fans showed out in historic Rec Hall on Sunday afternoon as the Nittany Lions look to finish their season on a high note. Let's take a look. While most had their minds set on the BJC for Thon, Rec Hall was still packed to the brim. The opponent was the primary focus of the day, but Penn State also took the time to honor their seniors who were heading into their final dual meet in their home building. Program cornerstones Roman Bravo Young and Max Dean were among the group, whose time with the team was celebrated by taking pictures with their families and head coach Cale Sanderson. The two would later go on to face off against their counterparts on Clarion and found similar success to what they've had all season. In the 133 weight class, Bravo Young is ranked number 1 in the country, and his Penn State home career went out with a bang. He totaled 4 takedowns before finishing off his opponent with a pin. It took a little while to see Max Dean step up to the mat, but once he did, he didn't disappoint. The match was close, but Dean parlayed 3 early takedowns into a 9-5 victory over his opponent. These two, along with the rest of the seniors, will lead the first-ranked Nittany Lions into Ann Arbor, Michigan on March 4th for the Big Ten Championships. After the Big Ten tournament, it's off to the NCAA Championships in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which start on March 16th. Reporting for After the Whistle, I'm Jacob Schnurr. Now back to you, Austin.
Thanks, Jacob. From the mat to the field at Panzer Stadium, the Penn State men's lacrosse team followed up with a loss to Villanova, hosting the winless Stony Brook Seawolves. We'll pick it up early in the first quarter here. The team's warming up before the game starts. But to start it off, Noah Armitage finds Dylan Palanetti, who nets this one to put Stony Brook up 3-0. Nittany Lions battling back as Matt Costin gets it to TJ Malone, who takes a hit and gives Penn State its first lead 4-3. Time winding down in the first, Jack Trainer loses his man and slots it right in there. Stares the man down and puts Penn State up 6-4. With his team down 3 in the second quarter, Armitage skips it low past Jack Frazione to bring the Seawolves within 2. 9-7 early in the second half. Luke Mercer with a nice catch and buries it beneath the bar and puts it out of reach for Stony Brook. Penn State would go on to win 17-12 over the Seawolves behind Malone's 4-goal performance. The Nittany Lions improved to 2-1 on the year with a tough road test on the horizon, while Stony Brook drops to 0-2. Our own Matt Scalzo has the recap from that contest. Matt, you want to talk about that?
Thanks, Austin. It was a similar story last Saturday as Penn State's veterans stepped up once again, but it wasn't like that last season. A 3-11 record in 2022 marked the worst season under head coach Jeff Tambroni, and he was missing 2 of his top weapons, including attackman TJ Malone. Malone missed all of last season with an injury after he led the team in scoring during 2021 with 43 points, including 25 goals. The Westchester, Pennsylvania native picked up right where he left off during these first 3 games, sitting atop the team in points. Even after falling behind early to Stony Brook last Saturday, Malone stayed confident in his team's abilities.
We went down 3-0 without our offense even touching the ball, and I think offensively we knew that once we touched the ball, it was all in our hands. We couldn't let the game affect how we played.
Malone isn't the only graduate student that the Nittany Lions welcomed back after missing time. Attackman Jack Traynor suffered a season-ending injury just 6 games in the last season. They, along with graduate transfer from St. Lawrence Chris Jordan, have Penn State at a 2-1 start. These tenured players have been the focal point of the team. Malone sits first on the team in scoring after a 6.4 goal performance Saturday, with Jordan and Traynor not far behind in second and third after their 4-point performances. Tambroni understands the importance of their veteran qualities and wanted to use that in his game plans.
And that's what we thought. We thought we had 3 veteran attackmen in Chris, TJ, and Jack. And coming off the Villanova game, I don't think we utilized their talents, their maturity enough.
Tambroni has also stressed the importance of the older players learning from their past struggles and teaching those lessons to the rest of the team.
And just make sure that those guys tap into some of those experiences and make sure they draw from that in their own play and preparation, but pass along to some of these other guys.
After a rough season a year ago, Tambroni and his team are leaning on their leaders as his team enters a pivotal stretch of games against some of the nation's best. Malone, Jordan, and Traynor, plus other experienced pieces, will have to continue their hot start as Penn State faces a tough stretch, beginning with a road trip to New Haven, Connecticut to take on number 5 Yale Saturday afternoon. Reporting for After the Whistle, I'm Matt Scalzo.
I gotta say, 4 goals is pretty impressive. I'm happy for Penn State getting that win, though.
For sure, I'm excited to see what Traynor does the rest of the season for Penn State lacrosse.
Yeah. That's it for this week's episode of After the Whistle. I'm Sharanda Hammond.
And I'm Austin Groff. Our next show will be on the first day of March, where we'll look at some District 6 playoff action from hoops. That and more are coming up next week, next time on After the Whistle.